Hello, Indian scientists have discovered a new plant species of moss in Antarctica. Polar biologists discovered a species of lichen on an expedition to the ice-covered continent in 2017. Identification takes time and it took scientists 5 years to confirm that the species was first discovered. A peer-reviewed article describing the findings was published in the leading international journal, Journal of Asia Pacific Biodiversity. Biologists from the Central University of Punjab have named the species Bryum bharatensis. Bharati is the Hindu goddess of learning and the name of one of the Antarctic research stations in India. Felix Bast of biologists, who was part of the 6-month expedition to the mainland, the 36th by Indian scientists, discovered the dark green genus Lordsman Hills overlooking the Southern Ocean in January 2017. It is close to Bharati, one of the most remote research stations in the world. Plants need nitrogen along with potassium, phosphorus, sunlight and water to survive. Only 1% of Antarctica is ice-free. The big question is, how do mosses survive in this rock and ice landscape, said Professor Bast. Scientists have found that this moss mainly grows in areas where penguins breed in large numbers. Penguin droppings contain nitrogen. In general, plants survive here on penguin droppings. This helps prevent manure from rotting in a climate like this, said Professor Bast. Scientists say they still don't fully understand how the plant survives 6 months of winter under heavy snowfall without sunlight and temperature as low as minus 76 degrees centigrade. Scientists say that this time the moss dries to a dormant state, almost to seed, and sprouts again in the summer of September when it receives more sunlight. The dry moss then absorbs water from the melted snow. After collecting the samples, Indian scientists spent 5 years sequencing the plant's DNA and comparing its shape to another plants. So far, more than 100 species of lichens from Antarctica, the driest, coldest and windiest continent, have been documented. What worried the scientists was the alarming evidence of climate change they saw during the expedition. They say they found ice sheets on melting glaciers, cracked ice sheets and glacial lakes with melting water. Antarctica is getting greener. Many temperate plant species that previously could not survive on this frozen continent are now seen everywhere due to continental warming, said Professor Bast. The finding that Antarctica is turning green is worrying, said Professor Raghavendra Prasad Tiwari, Senior Biologist and Vice Chancellor of Punjab Central University. We don't know what is hidden under the thick ice sheet about global warming. It is the first time in 4 decades since the research station was established on the continent that India has discovered a plant species. The first station was built in 1884 and abandoned in 1990 after sinking into the ice. 2 stations, Maitri and Bharati, opened in 1989 and 2012 and operate year-round. Thanks.